These buses stop so short. Here we go. Now I'm gonna start ranting. That guy didn't have a front license plate in his Ram pickup truck. Why didn't he get pulled over? Right. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's about 6:44 and I figured we'd do a little bit of a commute in my Audi S4 into Manhattan. I talked about in that last video about why we're leaving the city, but it doesn't mean I still don't have to go into the city for my job. So it's about a 30-minute drive with traffic through the Lincoln Tunnel. So I'm just gonna give some POV impressions, talk about, you know, what it's like to commute in this car, and then also what it's like getting into the city with this car. Am I comfortable? Do I feel safe? Does the car feel safe? And, you know, is this something I want to keep doing? And what I recommend. Probably can guess what my answers are to those. So, let's get rolling. So about 6:48, pretty much from honestly around this time until, you know, maybe 10 a.m. there is traffic. So usually when I drive into the city, I have a podcast going, but right now I'm just getting to enjoy the engine sound, the shifts, and the exhaust, and it really is just a pleasant experience. So as we get away from the New Jersey side, there isn't really a ton of traffic. When it comes to getting into the city, there you can see the bus, one of the buses we would take in. Nice, we had a green light. So believe it or not, I've commuted into the city with this current job in 3 of my 4 cars. Actually, all 4 of the more recent ones. The Tesla for not very long. The Mustang, I went in a couple of times with it. The Volvo many a times, and now the Audi a decent amount of times. And I'll do a whole video on my ownership of those cars, but you know, driving into the city, in my opinion, is still my favorite way to get in. It just, you know, I thought about taking the bus this morning, and I was just like, you know, it's easier, don't deal with traffic and stuff, but I guess maybe it's just my personality, but as a patient person, I can handle traffic more than I can just handle, like, I guess the out of control nature of taking public transit. Not to say the buses aren't reliable, but it's just, you know, somebody else is driving, and maybe because I get a little car sick when other people drive, you know, the stop and the go and the jerks and the bumps. I think that's just my preference, is to be able to control my own destiny and drive in. Now, the thing that's always surprised me about driving into the city is the amount of New Jersey plates. And I guess apparently a lot of people from New Jersey drive in. And I wouldn't even argue it's because they have company cars. It's just that's part of their commuting expenses, you know. And I would be curious to see what the statistics are of these people. Are they driving in after, you know, post-COVID because of just how tough the transit system's been, some of the safety concerns and the cleanliness concerns of the city since then? Or is it just they've always been doing this because they just prefer driving in? I mean, look at this, 1, 2, 3, and I'm sure all these cars are going into the city. So since commuting into the city with my car, I haven't really owned any of these cars to be like, oh yeah, the city's stop and go has really worn on my transmission and stuff. But I am sure, no doubt, as we don't go through this yellow light, I'm sure no doubt that, you know, this is not the best wear on my car. I am a car person. I want to drive my car in the slow, in the fast. I mean, that's, you know, you buy these depreciating assets, and that's always been my mindset. You buy these assets, they're going down in value, you might as well enjoy them while they plummet. And from my personal experience of buying and selling, you don't really see the miles affect the value as much as the year, the model type, and just the overall current market conditions versus the mileage that you're putting on the car. I mean, obviously, if you have a big repair or something wrong with the car, that guy just wanted to get out ahead of me. So it doesn't really bother me, and the garage I take it into, they take excellent care of my car. Just a lot of cool cars. They take good care of it, and when you get in before like 9, which is, you know, crazy for other people, but you get a good deal on parking, $25 for 12 hours. Let that sink in. $25 for 12 hours early bird special in the city. If you don't get that, it's over $50, and it's insane. But that's just the city parking. So people who watch my channel, $25 for 12 hours if you get there early enough. Parking in the city, that's pretty good stuff. And I'm sure that makes you want to croak in your seats. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Depends on where everyone's from. People from the city, people from the suburbs. So we're getting along here. Still no traffic, hitting some traffic lights. I'm going pretty slow because I like to go slow on my commute. And also I like to let my car warm up if I was to get into it. It's actually kind of a little not as warm this morning. Actually, no, 74 degrees is pretty warm. There we go, another stop. So in terms of the car itself, this guy sees me with the camera. In terms of the car itself, obviously, seats are excellent, well bolstered. You got the massage functionality, which I'm going to pop on right now. It's obviously just some rolling lumbar. It's not like any, special massage you'd see on some higher-end Audis or other cars. But obviously, this is a great place to be. Very quiet cabin, even with the exhaust. Very little road intrusion, NVH intrusion, and the suspension ride's excellent. I was watching a YouTube reviewer and they're saying Audi just blends that suspension calibration with good unboat-like handling, that's a word, non-boat-like handling characteristics very well. So the ride is great, the interior is great, it's functional once you figure out some of the quirks. Maybe not the best thing to look at, but everyone knows that I don't like the center stack, but it's functional, and that's what matters. Yeah, I guess one thing I would love would be ventilated seats in the summer, but come September, I probably won't even care about my sweaty back and stuff. But today it's good weather. You get the air condition set to the right temperature too. You're not going to really be concerned about your hot and sweaty back. Sound system is good, but I'm not really much of an audiophile. It's got the Bang & Olufsen, so it's Olufsen. It does exactly what I need to do for my podcast or maybe some music I'm listening in. There's some of the city. I think that's Hudson Yards with the really big tower. So that's probably, I think I would know better. And I think I see my building right there. But yeah, there's some of the city, some of the sunrise coming in. So in terms of the traffic, it's pretty much going to be all up here. So I'll give you a little bit of that and then a little bit of well, that was fun. Jesus Christ. These buses stop so short. Here we go. Now I'm going to start ranting. These buses stop so short at the stop signs that nobody has a chance to stop. And then people do that thing where they stop and then they get over in a lane. And they don't check their blind spots and they almost take me out. So as I cut this person off. Oh my God. A lot of people like to say I'm very good under pressure. Sometimes I'm pretty even-keeled. I have, my anxiety moments, my anxious moments, but I'm pretty well-kiltered. And as you guys saw there, I just kind of, didn't say anything until after the fact. So glad I had the camera rolling. I was just gonna give you guys a time lapse, but now I got some fun. So, as you can see, hitting a lot of these stoplights, I don't have my start-stop on because driving the car for a couple thousand miles, I didn't really see any impressive fuel gains. I don't feel like I'm really saving much fuel. And not that the system has a nice pothole. Not that the system isn't very well implemented. It is much better implemented than what I had in the Volvo. The starter is less aggressive and it's less jerky. You can definitely roll into the start-stop better. I don't think it's a full mild hybrid, so it doesn't really feel that smooth and seamless. But it's just something I'm not really a fan of. If I was in a plug-in hybrid or a hybrid, obviously it would be much more effective of a system. I would love to see a hybrid like sports car in the future. Just slap like a motor in between the transmission and maybe like up front or in the rear. So there's some of the Lincoln Tunnel traffic. Actually, it doesn't look too bad today because I'm getting there right around 7. Usually, you know, get here 7:10, 7:20. Totally different story. Anyone who drives into the city or just knows the city knows what I'm talking about. This is always a fun turn. A little squeal. You just can't get these far sideways. That Quattro won't let you. Ooh, Julia. And new Accord. Ugh, new Accords are so ugly. Yeah, no, this is definitely moving, but as you can see, we got a lane change over there. So this is always the fun part, just kind of like, you know, you got to find your own lane. You got to pick a spot. That guy's trying to get into this spot. I'm gonna go over here. This Mazda is getting mad, and I can see him flipping me off, dude. I've been pulled over here before, right over there. I didn't have my front license plate on, and they pulled me over for that. And then allegedly the tints that this car came with from the guy who owned it, he literally just slapped on like $10 tints. So I took those off. They used to be here. That's why my windows are perpetually dirty. I didn't do the best job, but oh well. So now this is kind of like the mosh pit where there's 2 lanes that have to merge into one, and you have to be extremely aggressive merging, and you have to stay up people's bumpers. God, I'm so paranoid around cops here. I thought he was trying to like pull in front of me and stop me, but he's just turning around. Hey, I got nothing to hide, but it was not the thing I wanted to do at 7 in the morning. Nicole and I were driving into the city, driving in to drop her off, and not the thing I wanted to do was get pulled over. So actually, this is a pretty harmless merge. Everyone kind of found their lane. Nobody's, you know, hanging out to like the left or right side of the rear wheel. You know, everyone kind of just fell into line. It was pretty nice. So this is entering the Lincoln Tunnel. Not my favorite way to get in the city because it's a tunnel and there's not really much there to be seen. Yeah, I mean, I'm chilling on this commute. There's a little bit of traffic, no biggie. I got my massage seat going, got some good air. Usually I have some good podcasts, but don't mind talking to you guys one bit. So that reminds me, if anyone's liking this video and enjoying all these videos, feel free to check out the rest of the channel. Subscribe and give it a like. It'll push it to, you know, YouTube will push this video to people who really want to be seeing people drive into the city and laugh at them. But I really do appreciate everyone's support, and, you know, hope everyone has enjoyed the journey so far, because it is a journey on YouTube. Occasionally I'll use traffic jam assist here, but yeah, it doesn't always find the lines and stuff. But I think for you guys, I'll use it. Surprised it's able to find a line over there on the right side towards, you know, the right side of the tunnel. But you can see here, it's going. That guy didn't have a front license plate in his Ram pickup truck. Why didn't he get pulled over? Right. Oh, he's from New York. No, he's from Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania doesn't require that. What are you doing all the way out here in Pennsylvania? I guess that's what I'll be doing in a couple months. Ooh, I cannot wait to take my front license plate off. Oh, I can't wait. So we're heading out of the tunnel. Turn off traffic jam assist. Welcome to New York. There goes part of my soul. So even though I have the nav on, I actually know how to get to my office, or at least the parking lot at this point. Parking garage, excuse me. Here we go, some lovely merging. As I do the same thing, this guy decides he's gonna merge. Ooh, nice Mustang. So here we are turning on to West 34th Street. My office is on West 34th at One Penn Plaza. Not that whole office space, but just one of the floors in it. And there we see Peloton, my favorite after work activity. I'm a pretty big worker outer. I wouldn't say I'm much of an athlete after college, but I do keep myself in pretty good shape, and I do enjoy various amounts of biking, running, weights, yoga, everything. This guy is trying to cut me off, so cheers to Peloton. So yep, there's my office. Somewhere up there. You can't really see it. But yeah, this is excuse me. This is a pretty easy commute. Oh, another Pennsylvania. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Get out. This is a pretty easy commute getting into Manhattan from our area in New Jersey. At least for where my job is. For Nicole, it's a little bit more, back roads, a little bit more traffic-y. Mine's just kind of, go to the Lincoln Tunnel, get out the Lincoln Tunnel, park. Excuse me. After work is definitely a little bit of a shit show. I think today I'm going to try going to the GW from work, but we'll see how that goes. I just think everyone's trying to get to the Lincoln Tunnel, and during summer, it's tough. So, I'm gonna make it there. Oh, buddy. So, with that being said, wrapping up this video. Hope everyone enjoyed, and prayers and thoughts for people who have to go into the city more often than myself, and who don't have the luxury of hybrid work. But also, this is always fun. People are like, why does that guy have a camera on his head? I'm like, well, I'll tell you. Watch my channel and find out. But thank you for tuning in as always. Hope everyone enjoyed. Got a little slice into my life. And are probably like, why are you driving that sports car into the city? Well, why is that person driving that 3-row or that Bronco into the city? Sometimes you can't explain everything. So with that, I will be signing off. Oh, look at the plaid.